In 2019, the arrest of Jeffrey Epstein sent shockwaves around the world. He wasn't just a wealthy financier. He was a man connected to royalty, billionaires, politicians, and Hollywood elites. When he was charged with federal sex trafficking crimes, one question dominated the headlines. How did someone like this operate for so long? And who knew? Years later, when previously sealed court documents were released, the internet exploded. Because inside those pages were names the public instantly recognized. But what did those names actually mean? Tonight we break down the Epstein Files, separating fact from speculation. Part 1. Who was Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein was a financier who built relationships with powerful individuals across politics, academia, entertainment, and business. He owned multiple properties, including a private island and luxury residences in New York and Florida. In 2008, he made headlines after pleading guilty to state charges in Florida related to solicitation of a minor. The plea deal he received was widely criticized as lenient. Then in 2019, he was arrested again on federal charges. Before his trial could proceed, Epstein died in jail, officially ruled a suicide. His death intensified public suspicion, and attention shifted to his network. Part 2. What are the Epstein Files? The term Epstein Files refers to court documents, depositions, flight logs, and testimony connected to lawsuits, particularly the case involving Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell, a longtime associate of Epstein, was later convicted on sex trafficking-related charges. When documents were unsealed, media outlets reported that hundreds of names appeared inside. Important detail: being mentioned in court documents does not automatically mean wrongdoing. Some individuals were referenced in witness statements, others appeared in flight logs, some were simply part of social circles. But once the documents went public, headlines spread fast. Part 3. High-profile names that appeared. Several well-known figures were publicly reported as appearing in documents or logs, including Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump. It's critical to understand context. Some of these individuals have denied wrongdoing. Some acknowledged social connections but denied knowledge of crimes. For example, Prince Andrew faced civil allegations and later settled a lawsuit without admitting liability. Others stated they had minimal or limited contact. The presence of a name in documents sparked public debate, but legally, context matters. Part 4. Why the public reaction was so intense. This case wasn't just about one individual. It represented something bigger: power, privilege, and accountability. People questioned whether wealth and influence protected certain individuals. Social media amplified theories. Hashtags trended worldwide. Every newly released page was dissected online. But alongside real reporting came misinformation. Some online claims exaggerated connections or misinterpreted testimony. That's why careful analysis is important. Part 5. The difference between mentioned and accused. Legal documents can contain witness statements, hearsay, allegations, denials. Investigative notes. A name appearing does not equal a conviction. It can mean they were invited to an event, they were referenced by someone else, they were part of a broader investigation. Understanding that difference is key. Part 6. The broader impact. The Epstein case led to renewed scrutiny of plea deals, discussion about how victims are treated in the justice system, increased transparency around sealed court records. It also sparked global conversations about abuse of power. Regardless of politics or celebrity status, the case forced difficult questions into the spotlight. Part 7. Why the case still trends. Years later, the Epstein story continues resurfacing. Why? Because powerful names capture attention, because mystery fuels speculation, and because unresolved questions leave room for debate. But as viewers and researchers, it's important to separate documented fact from rumor, from online theory. Part 8. Epstein's mysterious network. Jeffrey Epstein wasn't operating in isolation. His wealth and access allowed him to cultivate relationships across multiple spheres: politics, academia, fashion, and entertainment. Investigators noticed patterns: frequent private flights on his Lolita Express jet, visits to private islands and residences, connections to organizations and philanthropic ventures. Each connection raised questions. How much did these individuals know? And were they aware of illegal activity? Some names appeared repeatedly in flight logs or event lists, not automatically implying guilt, but sparking public curiosity and media attention. Part 9. Ghislaine Maxwell and the Inner Circle. Maxwell wasn't just an associate. She was central to the network. Investigators described her as the gatekeeper, someone who recruited and managed access for Epstein. Her conviction in 2021 confirmed her active role in sex trafficking. But the case also revealed the broader web, a mix of high-profile figures, socialites, and influential individuals who were peripheral to criminal activity, yet intertwined in Epstein's social circles. Understanding the distinction is critical. Some people were perpetrators, others were witnesses, and some were merely acquaintances or professionals who crossed paths with him. Part 10. Flight logs, event lists, and misinterpretations. When Epstein's flight logs were released, the internet exploded. Celebrities, politicians, and business magnates appeared alongside each other, leading to viral headlines. But context matters. Some flights were work-related, some were purely social or charitable, others were routine encounters misrepresented online. The challenge for the public is separating speculation from verified fact, because sensationalism spreads faster than careful analysis. Part 11. Media frenzy and viral speculation. Every newly unsealed page fueled speculation. News outlets, tabloids, and social media amplified the story. Memes and viral threads dissected every name. Headlines implied guilt where none had been proven. Conspiracy theories flourished. This phenomenon illustrates a key problem. Viral information can distort reality. Being named in documents is not equivalent to criminal behavior. Part 12. Legal complexities. Court documents contain a mix of depositions and witness testimony, investigative notes and affidavits. Allegations and hearsay being mentioned in any of these doesn't equal prosecution. And for high-profile cases, settlements or denials are often used to avoid lengthy litigation without implying guilt. The legal system operates on evidence, not social connections or speculation. Part 13. Global impact. The Epstein case reshaped public discourse around wealth and power shielding wrongdoing, victim rights and protections, transparency in sealed court proceedings, ethical scrutiny of elites across industries. It became more than a legal case. It became a cultural touchstone for conversations about accountability, influence, and privilege. Part 14. Lessons for the public. For viewers and researchers, the case underscores 3 critical lessons. Verify before sharing. Viral posts often exaggerate or misinterpret. Distinguish between association and accusation. Appearing in documents does not equal guilt. Context is everything. Understand timelines, relationships, and legal outcomes before jumping to conclusions. Part 15. Why curiosity persists. Years later, the Epstein Files still trend. Why? The allure of elite social circles, mystery and unanswered questions, the human fascination with power, scandal, and secrecy. The story continues to fascinate because even after decades, there are still pieces of the puzzle we may never fully understand. The Epstein Files revealed a network of wealth, privilege, and influence. But not every name implies wrongdoing. What the documents do show is a stark reminder: power attracts attention, but it also comes with responsibility. As conversations continue online, it's critical to approach headlines with scrutiny and focus on verified facts over speculation. The Epstein story is far from simple, but separating fact from rumor helps us understand the broader issue: how society holds the powerful accountable or fails to do so. And if you enjoy deep dives into unexpected moments, don't forget to subscribe. And the curiosity, that will never fully fade.